Notice they 10 toes, won't fold.
There you go again, head low, putting on a show again. It's the holidays, how come it always feels this way? You can't take that pressure off you just to put it on me. Talking to your friends on the phone, airing our dirty.
It's the NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. For the Magic, this is the last game before heading back to Florida and Orlando.
And they're trying for their second win in as many games against these guys. They were able to exploit their advantages the first time around. They're out to prove that that was no fluke.
Exactly, and confidence so big in this league, Greg. You know that. You want to keep that upper hand against teams whenever possible. You can see they've got that look in their eyes. I mean, it's time to get busy and go to work.
Hayward with the ball. Isaac picks him up. Here's Washington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one, good. And on the floor tonight, a collection of some of the league's brightest young players.
And make no mistake about it, these guys are a work in progress, but the talent is undeniable. Can't wait to see who becomes the alpha dog in this group.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Carter Jr. excels at using that big body of his to take advantage on the boards.
Now Ball. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Here's Isaac. Lays it up and banks it in.
And Isaac, really a big-time player on the interior. When he's near the basket, he's looking to score the ball.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Orlando ball.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Green. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
For Charlotte, they might be the most electric team, Clark, in the NBA. Young and very exciting.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. I mean, they're extremely potent, and they are exciting to watch. LaMelo Ball, man, he can do just about everything. The Hornets, a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
Cade Cunningham.
And the first one at the line is good. And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg, on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
The kick out to Rozier. Charlotte moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Back to Ball. And Charlotte turns it over again. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Jamal Mosley. They did get a win in their first matchup against this team, and he said the game plan remains the same. Attack, attack, attack. Pound the ball into the paint and try to score inside. Well, Kevin, we know the defense is going to anticipate that, but it may not matter if they don't have the length and athleticism to slow these guys down. We'll see. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Markkanen. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Hornets trail by 7. Over to the left wing. Back to Smith.
2 minutes.
Pass to Richards. It's stolen by Wiseman. Marking it into the lane.
Well, Wiseman's passing game is a work in progress, but he's smart enough to spot the wide open man there.
Yes, that goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
Oh, that's a big man move by Wiseman, roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
And Smith gets double teamed to the paint. It's stolen by Wiseman. Oh, and here we go. Cunningham heading to the hoop.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
And on a per-minute basis, Wiseman already gets a lot of blocks, and his defensive awareness will only improve with time.
Oubre outside. And Wiseman sends it back. Cunningham looking it over. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Isaac down low. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. On the clock. And it's Green missing. Here's Rozier. Martin wide open. He fires. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Magic up 11. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
That's right. Here are your
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
One other factor today, points off turnover. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues. You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens. You know, after suffering a grisly foot injury in 2017, nobody would have blamed Gordon Hayward if he walked away from basketball entirely.
Ball no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Green doing work inside. Feels like he can score on just about anybody.
And what you admire about Hayward is his resiliency. He's had to battle to get back on the floor, and boy, is he still playing.
All credit to him, Greg. I mean, he's still contributing at a very high level, and just the sacrifice and the journey he's taken coming back from injury to be as productive as he is now. I mean, this is a guy you can still count on to get you big buckets when you need him. He's a real quality wing player.
Basket counts.
Assisted.
Anthony's got the lead up to 11 now for the Magic.
Anthony's such a great scorer, really skilled at being able to get to his spots, which makes him dangerous in transition.
taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Let's give a huge hand to your Honeybee.
Orlando leading by 9. Cunningham outside. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Anthony. Back to Cunningham. Fader on the way. Rebound by Williams.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. And the Magic right now, missing that franchise player, might have one of their young talents develop into that, but currently they lack that star. And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Here's Ball. Off target on the outside leaner. And as we know, Greg, the NBA is a star-driven league.
Hard to contend without a top 10 player on the roster. The Magic have been patient in their approach, and one player taking a leap this season will be huge.
And they get it back. High arcing shot. And another shot. Pass to Cunningham. Out to Anthony. From past the arc. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Yeah, and the perimeter shots, though, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. And the accepted wisdom is role players tend to play better at home than on the road. And I've always wondered, Clark, how does that affect them more than stars?
You know, I don't know if I actually buy into that. I do think there's a comfort level when you're at home. I think it's always a little more pressurized to be the home team because you have some additional distractions. Typically, role players are a little more inconsistent overall just based on their particular positions, but that's why you don't call them stars. You call them role players.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, you may not know this, but Gordon Hayward was a 2-time Indiana State singles champion in tennis. He says, in high school, I was better at tennis than basketball, but I've always loved hoops more. Thankfully, I was able to grow throughout high school to get to the frame I have now. He has certainly filled out in the NBA. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been a terrific player to watch and follow. The injury is significant, but he continues on. David, thanks.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
First team foul.
Here's Anthony. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Well, that's not been a typical possession for them in this first half. You know, for the most part, they've been pretty smart with the ball.
Here's Rozier. And there's the drive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Personal foul.
Rozier forcing the issue that time and made the defense react and drew the foul.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Hornets foul call.
The Magic have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
Shooting 2.
And so he hits both. 7 seconds left in the first half of the game. Rozier for 3. And so it's Orlando. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Down by 15. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Out to Hayward. Pass to Williams. It's stolen by Carter. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
Oh, and that's how you run the floor. Cunningham attacking the defense with confidence.
And Wendell Carter Jr., Greg, one of the better rebounders in the NBA.
And, Kevin, his numbers kind of sneak up on you. I mean, great job of clearing the glass and getting the break started. Still underrated as a rebounder, but is making a name for himself. Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And, guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Looking to get back on track here. And Ball slams it in.
Well, nice work that time by LaMelo Ball to follow the miss of his teammate. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty either.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside, Ball. Markkanen pulls it in.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Green. Driving in. Williams with the block. 5 to shoot. Here's Anthony. Tips it up. And Carter with his second chance point. Carter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games. Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Ball. Substitution for the Hornets. Kelly Oubre.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. And Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella, and he shoots it with confidence.
3 minutes.
Here's Smith. It's hauled in by the Magic. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. To start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Second team foul.
1:52 left to play here in the third. Ball from long range. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And his eyes got wide once he got the ball inside. You just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Anthony up on top. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 to shoot. Here's Green. Changes up. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And with that lightning first step of Jalen Green, very few defenders have a chance of keeping him in front.
And Greg, one thing about that blinding speed of Green, he's got to make his reads faster as well.
I think the game is slowing down for him, though, Kevin, and that and speeding up his shot release will make him even tougher to deal with.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
A 3 kept alive. Launches a 3. Not going to go that time. And Orlando the other way now.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Hornets trail by 19. And Ball gets double teamed. On the wing, Rozier. And here we go. Cunningham heading to the hoop. And Cunningham with the slam.
Good eyes and anticipation allowed Green to initiate the steal right there. Saw the opening and then just snatched it away.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Your Hornets Youth Dance Team. That was your local stinger. Get loud. Once again for
27 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Cunningham drives in. Pass to Wiseman. Williams with the defensive effort. It's his first trip to the line.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Guys, when you compare against last year, I mean, this season has been a pretty painful drop-off in his free throw numbers. I mean, he's not making the key chances he's getting at the foul line.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
the Magic
Magic lead.
43. Fans, please give a big round of applause.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Orlando leading by 17. Down low.
Whoa! Big time!
Assisted by Cole Anthony.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Kaminsky misses. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And finished off by Wiseman.
And just caught the D there by surprise. Love when Wiseman goes for the big air on the alley-oop.
Charlotte moving it around. Oubre, left side. And for coaches' challenges, the refs review their own calls. It's a little like grading your own test. Maybe, Greg, give that job to the review center.
You definitely risk a confirmation bias, and everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be reversed.
Outside, Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Green's got 11 points here in just the second half. Here's Ball. Pass to Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Well, you know, it's obvious that Ball knows exactly how to work the angles. He gets the ball to a wide-open shooter just about every time.
Oh!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it. You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
On the wing, Green. Back to Cunningham. Clock at 6. Here's Isaac. Here's Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
You just can't teach size and length, and Wiseman beats everyone to the ball for that second chance opportunity.
Steps back. Pass to Hayward. Ball with a wide open look. No good from outside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Ball. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. That's on James Wiseman.
Well, I tell you, I like Ball's mental makeup for such a young guy. Plays with patience and the wisdom of a 10-year vet, and he produces in every area.
During last offseason, the Hornets decided to part ways with their coach of the past 4 years.
Always a tough decision, and this is a critical time for Charlotte. They've got a tremendous young core. They think their time is now, and they want to make a bold move with the new hire.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Orlando.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Outside, Ball. There's the triple. And the Hornets miss again.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Really hard to think of things they didn't do well in this one. Certainly a dominant night on offense
for Orlando.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And making the right plays when necessary, closing out this club for the second time this season. This victory gives them a 2-0 lead with 2 left against Charlotte.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jalen Green.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Here's Green going inside, and it's Green slamming it down.
Able to score from anywhere on the court. Green can hurt you in myriad ways, and his game is only growing.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. And so Green will bring it up for Orlando. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here he goes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Green is really dangerous on the drive, and recognizing that, the defense ended up committing a foul.
And both free throws good for Green. And here's Hayward. Pass the ball. Hayward outside. Back to ball. Over Anthony. Ball no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
No good on that one.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Gallinari with the rebound. Outside, Green. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight.
Could've thought I might go in my ear.